Okay, so have you ever just wished you could hit a reset button? Get a completely clean slate, like wipe an experience away so it's just gone. We talk about expunging things, right?
Right.
Removing them officially. But can we actually do that with a personal memory? A mistake, that feeling that sticks with you?
Yeah, that's exactly the big question, isn't it? And the sources we're diving into today really tackle that head on. We're not talking government files here. This is about our own, personal histories. Our mission, really, is to figure out what it actually means to learn from our, let's say, imperfections,
Yeah.
especially if perfect erasure isn't really on the table.
Right. And that idea of a clean slate gets challenged immediately in this material. It basically says, even if you can't remember every single detail,
Mm-hmm.
the debris, as they call it, from things you've been through, good and bad, that kind of hangs around. That totally shifts how you think about erasing something, doesn't it? It implies something,
Right.
lingers.
Exactly. And what's interesting is how these traces work. That the sources point out that even for, negative occurrences that are not that big of a deal, maybe we shouldn't let them mess up our immediate future too much. The real power isn't in trying to forget, it seems. It's more about recognizing them
Yeah.
actively, because the core idea seems to be mistakes are meant to be recognized to improve the next version of ourselves. That faint mark, it's actually feedback.
Okay, so it's not about suppressing how you feel, because the sources definitely acknowledge that feeling sad is natural and, well, it lasts as long as it lasts for different people. But the message is more about how you sort of absorb how weirdly shaped the experience was and try to make the next situation a better one. It sounds like truly rolling with the punches, not just taking the hit, but actually using the impact to, adjust your stance.
You nailed it. And this gets even more, profound when something really hurts you. In those situations, the idea is you might need to absorb those emotions even more deeply. Why? To make damn sure the next time is better. And it's messy, right? The material's clear. There's no cookie-cutter process. You feel a whole mix of things. But that underlying drive, transforming the bad experience into fuel for the future, that seems constant.
Speaking of things that last, one of the sources had this amazing African proverb, the axe forgets, the tree remembers. Wow. I mean, when I read that, it just clicked. It perfectly shows that idea of a trace being left behind, The tree still has the scar, even if the axe is long gone. How does that fit with the other ideas about these lasting imprints?
Oh, it fits perfectly. That proverb, and actually another image you shared from the sources, the chalkboard wiped clean, but still faintly showing the word oops. They both capture it beautifully, don't they? You try to erase the axe cuts, the board is wiped, but something faint remains. The tree remembers. The chalkboard shows a oops. But here's the key insight. That trace, that lingering mark, it's not presented as like a heavy burden you have to carry. Instead, that faint oops, or the tree's memory of the cut, it becomes foundational. It's insight for your growth, your improvement. It's part of your unique story.
Okay. So wrapping this up, the main takeaway seems to be we can't actually expunge our pasts, especially the tough bits. They don't just vanish, but they leave these traces, these echoes that we can actually work with. We can turn them into real lessons.
Yeah, exactly. Which leaves you, the listener, with something to think about, right? If your past always leaves some kind of trace, how can you actively choose to use those imprints, even that really faint oops? How do you use them not as something weighing you down, but as your own unique blueprint for who you're becoming and what you do next?